FAS logic and cause and effect matrix. So what exactly the logic is and what is the cause and effect? So everything we require logic nowadays. If you want to ride a car or ride a vehicle or you want anything, you require a logic. If you are using a logic, then you will be a smart person. If you are doing the same thing without logic and without the application of the things, what will be the application and what will be the result of that thing, then you will not be a smart people. So to make our building smarter, we have to use a very good logics in our cause and effect matrix and what will happen and what we should do in that case of fire. So we will take a first example of the fresh air. So these are the few parameters what we have to connect in the building. So like a fresh air, exhaust air, staircase pressurization, lift to ground floor, gas valve off, access control, electrical panel in the cross tube. So first thing comes the fresh air. So for example, there is a fire in a building of the fifth floor and there is a fresh air fan. So what you should do? Whether you will keep that fresh air on or you will give a command to that fresh air to off the fresh air fan. So more suggestions, you guys can use the chat box. Shrikant will off the fresh air fan. Why? Rakesh will switch off the fresh air fan. Okay, what about the others? So the question is that if there is a fire in a particular floor and there is a two fans, one is a exhaust fan and one is a fresh air fan. So fresh air fan gives a fresh oxygen to that particular floor, and suddenly there is a fire happen to that floor and you are having an integrated fire alarm system. So what you will do, whether you will switch on the fresh air fan using fire alarm logic or you will switch off the fresh air fan using that fire alarm logic. So you are going to cut off the oxygen, okay, off, off, off. So I think most of the people are having the same options. So they are in the suggestion of switch off the fresh air fan. Okay. So fresh air fan, what will it will do? It will reduce the fire, right? Or it will stop the fire. So the answer is it will reduce the fire, but it will increase the smoke. So now we will take a second example. So in first scenario, most of the people are agree with the fresh air. So they are asking to switch off the fresh air fan to in that particular floor because it will reduce the oxygen intent in that particular floor and it will reduce the fire in that particular floor. So now I will just give you a study of the fire. The casualties happening in the fire incidents are 90% due to the lack of the oxygen, because the guys those who stuck in the fire, they are not able to get the oxygen and they are inhaling the CO poisonous gas and the carbon dioxide and they are getting they are not able to run operate and the casualties are happening. And due to the fire, if there is a fresh air and there is a fire, there is a only 10% chance of for the casualty. So as per the reports of few authorities, the 90% of the casualties are happening due to the lack of the oxygen, due to the lack of the fresh air in case of fire. So after getting this thing, what you will do, whether you will switch on the fresh air fan or you will switch off the fresh air fan on. Okay. What about the others? Switch on, right? So this is about the logic. So we have to think in that way that you are inside the fire. So how to take the call and how the system should work in that particular thing. So for example, if you keep a human body in a smoke filled room and a human body with a good oxygen and in a complete fire in that room, who will survive for the more time? The person who is in the fire and having a more oxygen in that particular room will survive for the more time because he is getting the more oxygen and he can do the further activities, because oxygen is the basic need for your respiration to do anything, because you can't hold your respiration more than 3 minutes. If you can't stop breathing for more than 1 minute, you will not be conscious about the things. So in the case of fire, we have to design the logic and the cause and effect matrix very precisely and knowing the facts. It should not be like that key fresh air is increasing the fire, so you should switch off the fresh air fan. But instead of the assets, you have to take care of the human lives, human values. You have to take care of the individuals. You can create the building again, but you can't create the same human being again. So fire is a very sensitive case and you have to take each and everything very precisely. Okay. So this is like exhaust system of the smoke. Yeah. So is exhaust fan will also you have to keep the on, and there will be a very good ventilation of that particular area. So exhaust fan will exhaust the smoke and the fresh air will give the fresh air, and the person will able to breathe in that area, and he can be able to escape from that area and can go to the safe assembly area. So we have to keep run on the fresh air and the exhaust fan, right? Now, second thing is the staircase pressurization fan. So I think most of the people are familiar with the staircase pressurization fan. If anyone is not familiar, openly type no. I will show one. I will just Google and show exactly what exactly the okay Assis fan. Okay, not an issue. So it will take only 1 minute. So, but the concept will be clear for you. So if you can see in this image, so in the staircase we have to pressurize the stair using the external air. If you guys can able to see this image, so this is your office floors and you are having this staircase and the landing in the each floor. And there is a fan connected from the terrace which pressurize the entire thing to pressurize the thing. So what happens? So when there is a fire in the particular floor and you will not be able to use the lift. In the case of fire, it is instructed to use only the staircase. So this area is totally filled with the smoke. For example, there is a fire in these three floors, and the smoke will travel from this area to the staircase area. But staircase will be used by the people for escaping from that building to come to that safe assembly area. They want to run from that particular building and they will go down and they will come and gather over here. So in that case, they want a very fresh air oxygen, and if the CO2 or the smoke come from the affected floor to this area, then these all area will be full of the smoke and people will not be escape from the building. So in that case, we pressurize the air from the exhaust fan and give the air to pressurize the staircase. So what will happen? The more pressure will be there, so smoke will not come to the staircase, but the pressure will be in that direction, so the air will go in that direction. So your staircase will be free from the smoke, and the smoke on the floor will not be able to come to the staircase, and the people, those who are using the staircase, will use the very easily, and the oxygen level of the staircase will be more, right? Ashish, is it clear for you or still? Okay. So we are using staircase pressurization in case of fire because everywhere we have posted the signage of in case of fire, do not use the lift, use the staircase. So we have to use the staircase pressurization fan, and we have to keep the staircase pressurization fan on. Sometimes what happens if we recall that picture, mm, so what happens if the pressure of uh, that fan is too high and it is running in the 100% speed. So there are you are having a three speed, 10%, 30%, 60%, and 100%. These are the four speed of fan. So why these speed is required? So sometime what happens practically, we notice that if you are running that fan in the 100% speed, the pressure of that staircase is too high. The person will not be able to open the door from the outside. For example, you are coming from here and you want to open the fire door, but due to the pressurization of the that stairwell, you will not be able to open the door because the pressure of the air is too high and it will not be open to that particular floor. So it depends on how many floors are affected, and we have to create the barricade or the partition of the air in that particular area so that it should be open. Because for example, all the doors are closed and everything is closed, so there is a very huge pressure. So if you guys are from the HVAC background, or just if you implement the basic physics, so if it is a closed area and you are pressurizing this area, then the pressure of the air in that particular area will be very high and you will not be able to open the door in case of fire. But when the fire happens and you have started the fire panel staircase pressurization in the 100% speed, so but it is also creating a drawback that you will the normal people will not be able to open the door and they will not be able to access the staircase pressurization. So it depends on how many floors are affected and how many speed of the floors we have to, how many what will be the speed we have to run. For example, there is only three floors are affected. Any three floors are affected, it will run the 10% speed of that particular phone. If the 30% of the floors are affected, it will run in the 30%. If the building is 60% affected, so it will run the fan in the 60% speed. If the 100% of the floors are affected, then it will use the 100% of the speed fan, because the frequency of the opening of the door also matters for the pressurization. So such type of the preciseness we have to take care while designing the things. Okay, now second thing comes lift to ground floor. So I think most of the people have heard that in the front of the lift, in case of fire, do not use lift and use the staircase. And if you are inside the lift and the fire alarm generates, so it will come and leave you on the ground floor, right? But if there is a fire in the ground floor, what the lift should do? So, for example, you are traveling from sixth floor to the 10th floor, and suddenly the fire happens in the building in the ground floor. So, what the lift will do, if you have programmed the lift to ground in the case of fire, it will land you to the ground floor and open the gate of the lift in the front of fire, and it will ask you to go in the fire. So, what we should do if there is a fire in the ground floor? We have to program the lift in such a way for the alternate floor. And the next question comes, which alternate floor we have to decide, whether it will be a plus one floor, whether it will be a minus one floor. Maybe minus one floor will be a basement and plus floor will be a lobby or some area. So we have to check from where you can access the safe assembly point or safe assembly area easily. That area you have to consider for the alternate floor or in the case of fire of the ground floor. So we have to write the dual logic for the lift for the grounding, one for the ground floor and one for the floors apart from the ground floor. The third thing comes the shut off gas valve. So for example, you are having a building or kitchen area, hotel or petrochemical company, and you encountered that there is a fire in that particular building. So in that case, you should have a automatic shut off valve of the gas system that will be regulated automatically in case of fire. So what you have to do, you have to shut off the main entry of the gases for that particular premises. So for example, you are having a 10th floor of the building, and each floor you are having a pantry, and you have a distribution of the LPG gas to each floor. So in the ground floor and from the gas bank, you have to put a automatic valve that will be closed in the fire alarm situation, and the logic using the control module will be connected to that thing. And the next thing comes the electrical panel on or off. What we should do in case of fire, whether we have to switch off the electricity or we have to keep the electricity on. Use your chat box and share your feedback. In case of fire, what you have to do with the electrical panels, whether you have switch off all the panel, you will switch on all the panels, you will do nothing. Off except light. Okay, what about the others? Only emergency panel on. Okay. Battery 40%. Okay, so in that case, what are the things we have to consider? We have to take care of the emergency lighting appliances. For example, you should not switch off all the system, and also you don't have to go for switch on all the system. You have to check what are the electrical DV supply for emergency lighting, emergency equipment. For example, you have integrated your very good logic, and now you are very good familiar with the fresh air oxygen. In case of fire, you want to switch on the fresh air fan, but in the second logic of the electrical distribution of that particular fresh air fan, you mark that off. You want only emergency lighting and you just keep all the fans off. And for example, you have taken the power supply of that particular fresh air fan from any other panel which is going to be tripped in case of fire, then what will be the use of using the first logic of the fresh air fan? Because in case of fire, you are keeping the fresh air fan off and you are shutting off the power supply of that particular fan. So before going to for the electrical appliances, you have to read all the SLD power distribution, and from which circuit the power is going for the which applications, and what is the purpose of that application. So you should not be switch on all the system, you should not off all the systems, but you have to categorize emergency lighting, power supply, emergency equipments lighting, lift lighting. So you have to check all the systems which are the emergency support, which are the equipment those who are running in case of fire. You have to keep the light on, electricity on. And for example, fridge is there and your micro oven is there and your heater is there. So such type of the applications you have to switch off the electrical zones. Right. So next thing comes the cross zone. So cross zone basically comes for the reduction of the false alarm. So basically what we do in the same area, if there are the two smoke detectors, then we interlink both the two smoke detectors to each other to identify whether the fire is a real or a fake or it's a false alarm. So for example, first detector gets activated due to the false alarm, and if it is due to the dust or some any other dust particles or it's not the real fire, then the second detector will not be activated in that case. But if there is a real alarm, then what will happen? The first alarm will get activated and it will get notification to the panel, and the second alarm, the second detectors will also activate within a 1 and 1.5 minute and generates alarm. So whenever you are getting the alarm notification from both the devices at the real time, then you can double cross check the fire and you can further take the preventive actions.